There are four reasons why most goals fail for most people. And a lot of people out there, I'm pretty sure you can relate to this because I can relate to these things as well. I've had issues on my journey as well. And the key point about it is learning from those mistakes and growing and studying ways on how to improve and become better than you were the previous day, week, year, month, or whatever. So, number one, people focus on motivation instead of discipline. See, this will make you lazy, it will make you undriven, it'll make you make a lot of excuses, and it'll hold you back. By you relying on motivation, by you relying on watching other people succeed in life, by you constantly having to hear someone else talk to you and give you motivation on certain things, it makes you overly reliant on other people. And you don't want to rely on no one else but yourself when it comes to achieving your goals, gang. If you figure out that you need to watch a motivational video once a day just to keep you on your grind or to keep you locked in on whatever you have planned, you're taking the wrong route, bro. You need to learn what discipline is and how to maintain discipline. See, now the easiest way to learn discipline and to maintain it is by wanting something enough. If you want something bad enough, having discipline for said routines is going to be way easier than saying, okay, I want to get in shape, but not really wanting it as bad enough, and then, you know, making excuses as to why you aren't going to get up and work out today or why you don't feel like doing certain things that you know you need to be doing. See, a lot of people want to get rich. A lot of people want financial freedom, but do you want it bad enough? How much do you want it? And that's what it's going to come down to, because financial freedom and achieving it is not easy. A lot of people, they dream of retiring one day in the future, because a lot of people work jobs and they don't plan on leaving their jobs to pursue anything else. So their job is their future. And that is a reality for a lot of people. A lot of people want to retire from their jobs, right? So that itself takes a certain amount of time, and there is a system already in place for that to take place. But it does take a lot of time. It takes probably like 30 to 40 years plus working at a single job to gain those benefits in the end. But a lot of people can't even do that. A lot of people can't even hold a job for 2 years. And after 1 year, they're gone. Some people are so lacking of intelligence that they literally work a job for one paycheck and leave and be like, oh, I took that paycheck and left. Bro, like when you get older again, you're gonna mature. So if you hear any of your friends or anyone in your circle that thinks like that and that would do that, bro, you need to run away from them, bro, because they aren't a smart or bright individual, bro, and it's gonna affect your life as well. So this is why discipline matters so much, gang. Because I could easily say I want to be financially free, and I can say that all day long. I could want it all day long, but it's all based on how much do you want it and what are you willing to do to achieve it. This can be said for basketball players, NFL players, soccer players, all type of people who achieve great success. You have to ask them how much did they want it, and they're going to tell you they wanted it so bad that they was willing to do whatever it took, and they wasn't going to give up, not once, not at all. There is no such thing as giving up. You got to realize in this life, right? Even right now, for me, I can't give up. I don't have a choice but to work towards my goals. And you want to know why I don't have a choice? Because if I give up now, I cancel out that possibility of me achieving financial freedom or that dream life that I really want to live in the future. Is gone. The second you give up, it's gone. There is no way to for it to be a possibility if you're not doing anything towards it. Some people go to the lottery, they win a lottery and gain millions of dollars. Some even go big and gain billions. But you got to think that is so rare and it's so unrealistic for the average person to where it's not even a topic. You can't even bring it up in a topic because it's not even realistic. So as far as achieving your goals, it's going to take a lot of work and dedication. So you're going to have to learn discipline, because with discipline, that is going to keep you going. That is basically what's going to keep you consistent. It's going to keep you locked in on what you want out of life. It's going to keep you focused. So another thing, another reason why most people's goals fail is because they don't have a system in order. You need a system, a routine, a plan, a strategy for whatever you plan to achieve in life. For instance, I wanted to buy a car at the age of 18, 17, 19. Those years, I was really focused on getting a car. I seen my sister get a car when she was like 16. You feel me? You feel me? It was certain things happening in my life that made me want to get a car, that early. And that's not even early. That's around the time that you're supposed to be getting a car. But I was heavily focused on that specific goal, right? Now, as far as achieving a goal and actually going to go get a car, you can't just get a car by just saying I want to get a car. You have to do things over a specific amount of time. You have to like have a system and plan. So whether that may be, and it requires money. So whether that may be working a job for a certain amount of time for you to save a certain amount of money to go be able to put that on a down payment to go get a car, or if you want to pay it in cash, it's going to take time of saving money to be able to pay it full in cash. It's always going to take a strategy or a plan or a system in order to achieve anything in life for financial freedom. I have to save a certain amount of money so that I can increase my net worth. Not even mentioning assets, just my net worth alone of the money I have available to me at any given moment. This is why saving is so important, because you got to think. You have to view this life as a game. It's at this point you have to. You can't just view it as life. Oh, it's just life. I'm gonna just live nilly willy and do whatever I want. You can't do that, because if you do that, your life is just gonna go wherever. Your life is gonna end up wherever. You can end up in a swamp somewhere in the future. You can end up in a garbage can in the future. You can end up in a parking lot, homeless, like dead ass. That's a genuine possibility of your future if you don't get your life together. Because you can lose said job, you can lose that car, you can lose that crib, you can lose that income source, and guess what happens if you lose all those things? You're done for. You're homeless. So yeah, man, don't let all those things crumble down, because you're gonna have nothing. Your life is gonna be shit. So on to the next thing. A lot of people, when working towards their goals, they are unrealistic and want quick results. Say for instance with me, I would be so unrealistic to want or to expect for my channel to blow and for me to gain 1 million subscribers in only 2 months. That is the most unrealistic goal I could have right now. Which is why being realistic with yourself is so important, and being focused on the grind and the journey instead of just always being overly focused on the future or the end goal. You want to, by focusing too much on the end goal, it can be a distraction, and it can honestly cause stress, because a lot of people want to achieve their goals quick and fast, which is a natural want. A lot of people don't want to spend a year, 2 years, 3 years working on said goals, which is why I didn't go to college, bro. That's just me. I didn't go to college for that specific reason. I'm not sitting in a class or a university for 4 years to achieve something just to maybe not even get the job. So be realistic with your goals in the time frame that you want to achieve said goals, game, because it might take you a year, it might take you 2 years to buy that car, to move out of your state, your hometown, to gain financial freedom, to become, that general manager at a store, or become that CEO of a company. It's going to take time to achieve whatever you want, gang. And you have to be willing to take that time and fall in love with the journey and be obsessed with the journey, man. Really, because you got to think whatever you envision doing for the rest of your life or whatever you envision doing in the future, you have to fall in love with doing that. Like, I like posting vids. I've gained the passion for posting vids. At first, posting vids wasn't a passion for me. It wasn't anything that I could relate to. I just wanted to post content. That's a route that I thought that I could take and gain financial freedom. You know what I'm saying? I could have took a different route and was like, okay, I'm gonna go become a nurse or a doctor to gain financial freedom. It's all about what you think you can do in life. I don't think I could be a doctor, gang. I don't think I could be a surgeon. I'm not working on nobody's brains or nobody's hearts. I'm not doing none of that shit. You know why? Because that's something that I honestly don't think I can do, and that's something that I'm not comfortable doing. So you have to find something that you're comfortable doing, and then you have to be willing to love doing that thing. You have to love. If you want to be an NFL player, you're most likely in love with football. If you want to be a basketball player, NBA player, you're most likely in love with basketball. You get what I'm saying? That is something that you see yourself doing, or that's something that you really like to do or like to watch. I like to watch content. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? So don't don't be focused on how long your goals is going to take to accomplish it, because that's only going to make it take even longer, because you're not focused enough. If you're focused on how long it's going to take, you can look and see on average how long does it take to achieve goals of that nature, but don't be overly focused on it. Again, you need to be focused on the work that you're putting in every day and every week, making sure that you're doing what you need to do so that you can align with that future. Because as long as you align with the future self that you want to be in the future, your life is going to start to mold, and it's going to start to change it's going to start to transform to that goal. Your life is going to transition to that life that you envision living. Because now, for instance, I used to dream of driving a car. I didn't even know I was going to, like, of course I didn't know I was going to get a car, but you know I was putting in the work daily and staying consistent on the things that I know I need to be doing, like saving monthly, you know, maintaining that job, making sure that my mind was focused on not spending my money on bullshit. I was just being focused in general, right? And doing what was necessary for me to get that car. And then I ended up getting it. So the same can be said towards whatever goal you have in life, as long as it's a realistic goal for me. But yeah, man. So don't focus on how long it takes. Focus on your work ethic. Focus on the things that you know you need to be doing in order for you to end up in that big home, to end up in that nice car. See, I envision myself walking out of my house into my driveway to my dream car almost every day. I see it. It's clear as hell. I see it. But me just envisioning it is not going to get me there. I know it's going to get me there. What's going to get me there is putting in the work over a specific amount of time and staying consistent, and keep my mind focused on the things that matter. And not only that, but keeping a positive mindset, because the way you think, it it, it really affects your life, whether you know it or not. So on to the last reason. The last reason why most people goals fail is they don't want it enough. Their reason isn't strong enough. You see, I want to be financially free because I will be able to live freely. I'll be able to help family. I'll be able to spend more time with family. I'll be able to have more freedom overall over my life. And that's what I want out of life. I want to live freely. I want to be able to do whatever I want at any given time. I want to be able to wake up on a Friday. I want to be able to wake up on a Monday and just be able to do whatever. Go out for a drive. Go get some coffee. Go hang out with some friends. Go to a fashion event, or go. I want to live life freely and be able to enjoy my life the way I want to. So that is my reason as to why I want to gain financial freedom. That's why I chose the path of content creation to eventually get me to that goal. So you have to find your reason, and it has to be strong enough. Because if my reason wasn't strong enough, I wouldn't have the discipline or consistency or the fire needed, because every successful person that you can see had that fire in them in order for them to keep going. Like, for instance, Casanet. He is one of the biggest streamers right now, right? And look how far he came. He had rats in his room while he was streaming. I would never stream if I knew I had rats. Like, if I knew I had rats in my crib, I would never stream. Like, I just wouldn't be able to stream knowing I had rats, roaches, or whatever. I wouldn't want people to see that. But guess what he did? He wanted it so bad and so much that he didn't care. He put himself out there regardless. He didn't let his situation stop him from doing what he wanted in life. And the same needs to happen to you. If you want to be a fucking rich ass rapper or singer, or you want to be a successful ass doctor or lawyer, you gotta have a certain type of fire in you to be able to face all the obstacles that life's going to throw at you. See, for me, I didn't have that issue of having rats in my crib, but at the same time, I still had other things that prevented me from wanting to record content prior to now. Like, before I moved out of my grandma's crib, I was never going to record content. I did record content, but it wasn't inside my house. I was like vlogging on the way to work. And in the future, I will bring back one of those vids that I did a long time ago, just so y'all can see where I came from and how I was early on as far as posting content. But yeah, I wasn't comfortable with posting content in the crib because I just wasn't comfortable, you know. I needed my space. But this can be said for a lot of people in across different types of situations and circumstances. So it's all about the fire inside you. How much do you want it? How much do you want to succeed in life, gang? Like, I've realized before, I wanted to get a car, right? And when I wanted to get a car, I wanted to get a car so bad, gang. Like, that one, like, I remember crying because I thought I was never going to get a car. Because, and that could, you could look at that and be like, oh, he was immature or whatnot. And my younger self was a little bit immature as far as that. Like, I didn't need to necessarily cry, but gang, when you work towards something over a certain amount of time and you keep getting pushed back, because you got to think, when I wanted this car, I was going to dealerships after dealerships after dealerships. Fucking Jeff Wyler again, Dodge, fucking bro. I was going everywhere, and it was all like nothing was working. It was telling me I needed a cosign. I wasn't making enough monthly. I needed to show pay stubs, which is you always will have to show pay stubs. But I was receiving so much obstacles and so much pushback that it was literally causing me to doubt myself. At a certain point, like, I remember that last day when I had went to because I had went to CarMax to get this car, but that was like the last dealership that I was planning on going to visit to get a car. But before I went there, I had got pre-qualified online for a car, so that's really why it worked out so smoothly. But say if I was to go there without getting qualified for a car online, bro, I probably would have got told no again. They probably would have told me no, and that would have made it even worse for my mental state. You feel me? But it's all about keep going and not giving up. If I would have gave up on that small ass goal, like as far as getting a car, if I would have gave up, it would have been like, okay, I'm never going to get a car. It's too hard. I would have stopped doing anything towards that goal. I would have never gotten a car. And this is why having that fire inside you is so important, because it's going to take you there. It's going to take you to that future. That fire inside you is what's going to protect you from all the rocks, all the bullets, all the freaking things that life throws at you. Because life will throw a big ass pole at you. It'll throw a car at your dumb ass. It'll throw a house at your stupid ass if you're not prepared. Like, you could be chilling thinking that everything is okay, and out of nowhere everything will just fall apart and crumble. So this is why you gotta always be on your pivot and make sure that you want it bad enough. Because if you don't want it bad enough, you just won't achieve it, or it'll take so long to achieve it to where you're just gonna give up midway through the process. But yeah, man, that's all I got for today's video, man. Before we end out the video, man, make sure y'all drop a comment below. Make sure you comment your daily struggles. What do you find yourself having a hard time on as far as achieving your goals, man? Because I want to know. I want to relate to everybody. We can all, talk and talk about ways to improve and everything. So, yeah, man, drop a comment, like, and subscribe. And just stay tuned for more videos in the future. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace out.